Man's learning, because next time magic missile right to the face.
You seem confident. Why don't you arm wrestle me for it?
I feel your power. Right through the forest we're going, and not one of you buggers better mess with us. I do not know how, but Jaren Culver has resurfaced as the Supreme Counselor, reigning over Nevin.
Look down on the table and say, I'm in.
What's our first task?
We must find these 6 stones in the chaos that this nation is in. So you guys wake up in your respective rooms the next day. On the 3rd day of Tarsak, as you start waking up in your own respective environments, you hear a voice kind of coming from over to the side of you, but kind of particularly from nowhere, a little bit soft, in different places in each of your rooms. Good morning. Once you have woken and prepared your things, please meet me in my office before continuing embarking on your journey. I hope you've rested well. Nerian.
Okay, I leave my room. With my stuff, obviously.
Can take them.
I'm gathering my things as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I hear the music in my room? Lobby.
No, only when you open the door into the lobby.
Okay.
I'll pack my things up and head into the lobby.
Yep.
Tave's standing in the lobby and he's like looking where this music's coming from.
So you can shoot it?
I mean, he's never heard anything like this before.
Is there a loon in this music?
It's a crazy bird.
Bird in the music.
Kind of roll perception to like look around, see where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very good.
Yeah. You take a look around, and there's actually a lot of things that bother you about this room. And you kind of, your mind gets a little bit distracted and pulled away from, what's causing this music. Can't really pinpoint a location. Oh, Ren, you need to roll your 2 portents.
Oh yeah, you're like a. She's a witch.
Oh, snap.
She's a witch.
Oh, snap.
I'm not gonna do anything good for the rest of the time, guys, but that's pretty cool.
Another one. Huh.
Okay,
Dang.
okay.
All right, so you guys are headed to Nerian's?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. As you step into Nerian's study, the familiar alchemical sounds and just magical things happening upwards and around the room refill your senses. You see the familiar old man working around the room at the different locations, kind of walking from one place to another as you walk in. The table where you guys were sitting the day before is gone. As you walk in, he sees you. He kind of puts down a couple of jars of some colorful liquid swirling around in the jars, and kind of wipes his hands, nods at all of you as you walk in, and he says, "Well then, I must remind you that the journey you are going on, this task that I have given to you, well, I say I have given to you, but really, I only play a small part. I too am merely a pawn in this greater scheme of fate and destiny. But it, while is destiny, it is no less perilous. I must remind you to be safe and constantly vigilant on your journey. Before you go, please remember to buy gems to power the in order to power the magic behind the rug, unless you plan to not use it. The other thing you'll need to know is, while there are villages all over Nevin, as I'm sure you're aware, passed through many of them as you traveled here to Arcarium, there is one that is closer to Beholder's Eye Lake, your destination. This village is called Sandalwood. I guess you'll be off then. Good luck to you. The bards will surely sing songs of your heroism.
What's the range on these? Do you know that, Arian?
Ah, the wrist guards. So you've chosen a name for yourselves then.
We've chosen the name Vanguard.
Excellent. It's very fitting, I should think. Yes. Vanguard. I quite like that. The range. That's a good question. I have not tested that. I know there is one. The reception, as it will degrade as you go further away.
Okay.
I should think.
Thank you.
Of course.
Desmond kind of nods and starts moving towards the door.
He kind of, as you're walking out the door, he reminds you that he's going to continue looking for the pages from Lord Varamore's collection.
Wave at him.
When I go into the lobby area, I kind of wait for everybody to kind of get closer around me. And then I say, speaking of pages, I was going through the tome that he gave us, and I've seen one of these marks before. Those assassins that we witnessed the other day. I'm assuming that they're part of the Reapers. I noticed on one of the necks of the assassins a brand or maybe a tattoo, perhaps, of a scythe. And so I'm not really sure what to think about them, but we should be aware of their presence if we're going to keep moving forward.
They all seem to be wearing pretty much the same thing, too, so maybe be on the lookout for that symbol, and gentlemen all dressed in black cloaks. And
Right.
ladies. Gentlemen and ladies.
If anybody asks, we didn't see anything.
We didn't see anything. If anybody asks us at all what we're doing, what's our story on the road?
Our business is our own.
Fair enough.
We're adventurers.
Just out picking turnips. You seen any?
Turnips to pick.
We need this armor for, other
Turnip
turnips.
We're clad in plate armor and shield and sword. Some big turnips.
Turnips, you know.
Turnip farming, got it.
All right, so gyms he spoke of. I'm not familiar with that sort of thing, so anybody know where we can get those?
Did I see any gems in the store that I was in before?
You did.
I know where we can go, you guys.
I'm following you.
All right, I'm hustling.
As we're walking, can I stay like 60 feet back and start trying to like fiddle with the wrist guard, seeing if I can like communicate from 60 feet away with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Instinctively, I like talk into it, and then I like start like
How loud do you say something, and what do you say?
to not look weird. I whisper, and I'm saying, "Can you guys hear me?"
So Finnick and Tave, you guys, it's just sounds of the city around you. Ren, you think you hear a slight whisper, kind of coming from, coming from like your side, like from your hip.
Oh, it emits.
Hello?
And so as you bring your wrist up, you hear it more clearly. You hear Desmond's voice.
Oh, hey, Desmond. I'm going to turn around, wave. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And so if you're speaking into it just normally, then you realize that the volume that you're speaking into it is the volume that it's projecting out.
That's good to know. And we're 60 feet away right now. Are you laughing?
Because of your face to that. Well, that's good to know.
Oh, because I would like yell into it and be excited, and then all the bad guys would hear me. So
Hey guys, there's 4 guys up here. We need to all be quiet.
You send in Tave like to just check out everything, and Ren's like, "What's it look like?" Whoa!
I wasn't being
reminds me,
sarcastic. It's really good to know.
Reminds me of Solid Snake.
Yeah.
His comms.
Bring! Exclamation marks everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like make fart noises into it as Rin walks around the city.
Massive eye rolls the entire time.
As I'm talking louder, I guess Finnick and Tave, you guys can hear me as well.
Yep. Finnick and Tave, you guys start to hear Desmond and Ren's voice. Ren's voice coming from both right next to you and from your wrist guards.
So if I pull it up to my head, I notice that I can like hear and talk and stuff.
Yep.
Well, at
Really
least we know 60 feet is 60.
Can I take the thing off?
Can
Is
you
it
tape it off?
what?
Can you what?
Can I take it off?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Tave has like a little mini like panic attack and takes it off just to make sure he can take it off. And then he like kind of looks at it and puts it back on.
Does it still make noise?
Cursed
whenever you-
item, Chinese.
Does it? Yeah. Does it still make noise if it's off? Like, can I like hold it out and talk with it and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it stylish? What does it look like?
Yeah. Does it look?
Well, I mean, it honestly, it looks about like this.
Nice. That's how I pictured it.
Does it have like a sweet V on it?
But it's got whatever design that you guys come up with, it's got that right there.
All right,
That's what-
I catch up back with the group.
as Desmond catches back up. So you're headed,
Shop.
I'm assuming you're headed to Werner's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are walking down the streets, a lot of the buildings they have very similar designs as far as like architecture and coloring. Just kind of, having some unity and synonymousness to the city. So you come up on this building, passing several different kinds of buildings of different shapes. With signposts on the outside. You see one, kind of the one that you see Ren headed towards. It says Werner Grand's Magical Shop of Magical Things.
I'm hustling in.
Okay, you walk in.
Yeah.
I'm going in too, I guess.
Okay.
Yep, same.
So as you guys walk in, what you see kind of is immediately as you open the door up, you hear like a chime, but then you see a blur as some kind of white, it's like this white figure just flies across the room in the back. Like what you're looking down is like an aisle full of just kind of knick-knack looking things. Some things are kind of whirring around in circles and just kind of moving on their own just around the table and the shelves and everything. But you see this white blur just kind of blow across from one, blocked by one shelf and then crossing your vision and then, going out of distance across another shelf. And what you hear is, wow!
Werner? Hello?
So then you hear you hear something roundish kind of spin like on the floor until it kind of spins to like a vibrating stop. And you hear hello? Hello?
Werner?
Yes? Werner's
Where are
here.
you? I'm going to walk in and see where he's at.
So you walk in and as you walk further down the aisle, you see Werner. The rest of you see kind of this kind of squat looking man in what appears to be just like this long white overcoat and just some very soft casual looking common clothes underneath and crazy white hair going everywhere. massive eyes with a set of goggles wrapped around his head. And this man is upside down, lying amidst a pile of junk or a pile of something. Kind of indistinguishable from a lot of the other stuff that's going on around the shop. And there's something strapped to his back that's creating a lot of smoke.
I'm gonna help him up and like right him.
So you walk over and you just gotta flip him over on his feet. He goes, oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you okay? Is he on fire?
No, he's fine.
Okay. Like you would be on fire. Are
you
you okay,
you do
Vernon?
see some like kind of smoke kind of coming from like his back though.
Oh my god.
Just like it's not like billowing smoke. It's just.
Are you all right?
Oh yes, quite all right. Ooh. You've brought friends.
I did. I did.
Hello.
These are my friends.
Tave was like nervously, brushing the feathers on his arrows when all this like smoke and noises were going on.
Yeah.
And he sees this like old crazy man. He's like, "Hello, sir."
Ooh.
Can I pat him off? Does he have like crap all over him, like dust and soot and stuff all over him?
He did well. He's not any more than like the last time you saw him.
Oh.
But he just kind of there's like a couple of straps going on his shoulders, and he just kind of drops them, and he goes, "Welcome!" And there's some kind of metal contraption just kind of falls from his back and goes thunk on the wooden floor behind him, and he kind of walks up to you, Tave, and he adjusts his goggles and he looks at you with these massive bug eyes, and he just kind of goes.
Can I help you?
And he walks over to Desmond, kind of after inspecting Tave, and he kind of looks you up and down, Desmond. Then he looks back at you, Ren. Your friend is made of metal.
Yes, he's very loud. I'm like poking at the thing that he dropped on the ground to see if I can figure out what it is.
Do you want to inspect it?
Yes.
Roll investigation. Okay. So the thing is made of some kind of, obviously, metal, especially if you tap it. You deduce that this is the thing that was propelling him across the room, but how it works, you have no idea.
Oh, I want it. All right.
But he hears you tapping on the thing, on whatever it is, and he turns around and he goes, "Oh, no.
Sorry, what is this?
It's not ready." And he kind of puts it to the side, just very haphazardly, and he says, "But you came here for a reason. Ooh, you have come to buy more things. Yes,
Well, more, yes, I'm looking for
you
gems.
need another brush." He looks at you, Desmond, and he says, "You need a brush. Yes."
I think I'm good. Werner, was it?
Yes. Werner Gran, this is my magical shop of magical things. Welcome.
Werner.
Oh, Werner.
Do you have gems here, perhaps, for sale that could be used?
Gems. Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, can I see them?
Come.
I follow him.
Can I look around while she's following him?
Yes.
I want to look like just kind of up and down the shelves. Specifically, I'm looking for like a horn or seashell or any aquatic thing that would like catch my eye.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Investigation.
Actually, perception. It'd be perceptions.
Perception.
Yo.
There's a lot of things in this shop, man. A lot of knickknacks, a lot of
Patty wax.
even a good collection of those. Of patty wax and Fetty Waps. The amount of things in this shop, big and small, that all do who knows what, is just astounding. You've never seen anything like it. Ren, he guides you over to kind of a case, a very elaborate case. You see him kind of walk up to it, and then he pauses and he turns around and he says, "Turn around, please."
Oh, okay. And I'll do it.
Okay. Is anybody else looking over in his direction?
I'm standing at the door still, kind of in awe.
I'm just kind of looking around.
Okay. And he does something. Apparently, you hear some interesting sounds, but then ultimately, at the end of it all, you hear a very loud click, like a latch springing open, and very bassy. You hear like a vroom, as like these doors open up to this cabinet, and he says, "Okay, you can turn around now."
I spin around.
So as you turn around, you see an incredible collection of the most fabulous gems. And he reaches in, he very carefully picks one out, and it is a beautiful, clear red, a deep crimson. He says, This is what we were looking for, yes?"
Probably not. Just out of curiosity, how much is that, Murder?
"How much?"
Yeah.
"You can afford it, I think."
Just how much is it?
7,000 gold pieces.
Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
But it's so beautiful.
It is beautiful. I'm in the market for more like much less than that.
I have. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he very carefully places it back, and then he also, relatively carefully, grabs another one. What does he grab? He starts digging around, and he grabs also a very beautiful, kind of a blue-white, transparent gem. Brings it out, and he says, "Yes, this is what you were looking for."
How much is that one, Werner?
It's not much.
How much is it?
It's 1,500 gold pieces. Much less than the other one.
That is much less. That is true. What would like 50 gold get me?
50 gold, okay.
Yeah.
He carefully places it back, and he kind of opens up a smaller drawer, and he just kind of grabs a handful of things.
They're like rocks.
He grabs a handful, and he picks a few out, and he grabs 3. One is kind of an opaque gray-black stone. The second one is kind of a dark green, opaque stone. And then the third is a kind of a transparent pale blue. He says, "For 50 gold, I can give you these 3.
How would I know that the spell is going to work based on the amount of gems that I have purchased?
These are 10 gold piece gemstones.
These gems are each worth 10 gold, and he wants me to pay 50 gold for them is what is happening right now.
He sees your hesitation. He picks out a 4th one, and it's this one is kind of an opaque dark blue with yellow flecks on it. And he says, "I can give you this one as well for 50
Werner.
gold."
We're good friends. Would you say that we're friends?
"Oh, yes."
Yes, definitely. Could you throw one more in there for the 50 gold just for your friend Ren? I'll bring more customers.
"More customers? Where are they?
people who could,
Where are the
well,
more customers?
I'll make friends and send those rich friends here who are much
Who
more
do you
rich
know?
than I am.
Who is who?
I'm sure I'll meet some people. There's a lot of people in this city, Werner, my friend.
We are friends, yes?
Yeah.
Do you not want your friend to eat?
Oh, no. Werner, why you gotta do me like that?
60 gold, and you give us 5.
Roll persuasion.
Oh.
Tave. With advantage, because Ren's been kind of pleading with him.
Sweet talking to him.
Begging.
Begging.
Please.
Persuasion.
I went the easy route and said talking to. Nice.
15.
Yeah. Werner looks up at you, Tave, and he goes, "Okay." And he grabs
I
a
just
fifth.
pull 10 more gold out and give it to him.
So you pull your 10 gold out. He grabs a fifth stone. It's a translucent brown gem with a golden center, and hands them to first hands them to Ren, but then kind of hesitates and hands them to Tave.
I'll just kind of wave him over to her.
And he nods and he smiles really big and he hands them to you, Ren.
I'm gonna just look through them, but then I'm gonna offer them to Tave.
He said you needed gems for a rug. I don't really understand what that means. So how about you hold on to those?
Okay, well, thank you. That was very generous of you. Put them in my bag.
As you hand the gold to Werner, he walks over to this box-looking contraption over on his counter. He presses some kind of lever on it, and then a sound just rings out, and all of these like small signs and pointers and crazy-looking tabs almost like just pop out immediately from this crazy box. As a drawer opens up, he stuffs the gold inside the drawer, and then he shuts the drawer. And as he shuts the drawer, all of the kind of the signs just kind of fold back into the box. He says, "Thank you. Is there anything else I can sell you or I can give to you?"
I think I'm good. Anybody else need anything?
I'm good.
No.
I don't.
I'm gonna pat Werner on the shoulder and shake his hand.
Thank you. Please come again to my magical shop of magical things.
I will.
I'll walk out of the shop as well.
All right.
I follow.
Tave, are you okay? You seemed a little jumpy in there.
This place is weird. I'll be fine. Thank you for your concern.
Okay, well, we'll be out of the city soon. We'll pat him on the back.
hope
Head
Pat
to the stables.
You pat him where?
On the back.
Oh.
Upper back.
Good game.
Yeah, the upper back.
Slap
All right,
right on the
first butt pat of the.
First butt pat.
of the
Oh.
Here we go.
We're officially a team.
Nevin Revolutions. Got them butt pats, bro.
Vanguard secret handshake.
So we got the gems.
Ooh.
We can get a good half a day's travel if we leave now.
You can get a full day's travel, probably.
We missed the town yelling the time at us, I guess, while we were inside.
The time is 8:01 p.m. or a.m.
Every minute.
Every minute.
Dadgummit, town. Give it a freaking
I
rest.
feel so well informed.
I'm so informed.
All right. Every journey begins with the first step.
Oh, well, I'm a natural born leader. Let's go.
I follow Finnick unwaveringly.
We're going to the stables. We're getting our horses. Let's go.
You get to the stables. You find your horses that were given to you by Tolothian. Yes.
I mount my horse.
And I mount mine. A black stallion.
Mine's a black mare. Her name's Pepper.
Mine's brown and white.
Yours looks like a cow, Eric.
It's a Palomino.
You're riding
What if
a
he was
cow
riding
horse?
a cow like
Did I say black
a
and
full
white?
plate warrior riding a cow into battle?
If I said black and white, I'm brown.
I know you said brown, but I could just picture the
I'll ride a cow. I don't
cow
care.
like
When you get to the stables, you actually see Talathian there, and he sees you walking up, and he noticeably just avoids being close to you and avoids your gazes, avoids eye contact.
I'll wave at him.
He very noticeably again becomes very uncomfortable and just leaves the stables and kind of goes around the corner.
Oh.
I'm gonna follow him and get out one gold coin and just kind of hold it out to him and say, "Thanks for keeping our horses safe."
He crosses his arms. Keep your money, peasant. Just keep your mouth shut. That's payment enough.
I'm
Good
gonna
luck
walk
on your
up to
journey.
him. I'm gonna get off my horse real quick
Okay.
and just and grab him really firmly on the shoulder.
As you reach out to grab him, he pulls a sword and he holds it at your throat.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand
I'm
there.
walking up.
I'm just gonna stand there, not budging. I'm not scared at all, and I'm gonna shove my neck right on the edge of the blade, and I'm
he
gonna tell him,
pushes it
"Don't
in.
do that."
I'm up. I'm in between them. I've got my hand on Phoenix's chest, and I'm just gonna pat ya on the chest and say, "We're not here for this. This man's given us a lot of awesome horses and horse feed, and got to get on our way. What do you say?"
All right. Mine is. Then I'm going to my horse.
Okay, you did take 7 damage from his blade being against your throat, and you pushing against it, and he pushing into it,
All right.
drawing blood, pouring down your chest.
I'm just gonna wipe it off and hold it there until it quits bleeding.
Supportive back pat.
As we're walking away from the guy, Tave puts his gold back in his coin purse. He kind of looks over to Finnick as we're walking, and he just says, "You remind me a lot of my brother."
Aw.
Well, brother, if we're gonna travel together, I got your back.
Well, I'll have yours too. But just so you know, my brother's dead.
Well, I'm not. So we better get to going.
Ren gives Tave a little head nod.
As if Ren has street cred or something.
Respect.
And then Dave's like, "Oh, is your brother dead too?"
No.
No. What was the head nod for? Yeah.
You
Legs
don't
that
know
way, I
me.
think.
You don't know my struggle. I'm getting on my horse.
Okay. So you guys are
Yep.
traveling out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Loaded up.
You guys put in just about a nearly full day's journey out from Arcarium. Looking back behind you occasionally, you see the magnificent city, the city of splendor and wonder, this magical city, just becoming more and more distant the further you go, and then eventually you can't see it anymore at all. Is there anything in particular that you're doing while you're traveling?
I'm going to ride Pepper. Level with Finnick. I'm not going to look at him or anything. I'm just going to keep looking straight forward and riding. I meant no offense by my words. I just know that if we're going to be on a team, that approach doesn't always work. It does. It does work a lot until it doesn't. I just don't want to see things happen again like they have before.
Well, I understand, but where I come from, we never back down from a fight. So I'll do my best to keep our party safe. And if by keeping myself alive means y'all will be safer, then that's what I'll try to do.
I appreciate that.
both of you guys. Finnick, you've already got inspiration. Tave, you give yourself some inspiration there.
Yeah. Got that big yellow star.
Do we want to have a writing order?
I'll be in like the middle somewhere. I want to read, so my horse is like following somebody else's horse.
Is anybody
Put your horse on follow.
I think
Okay.
Tave would instinctively want to be in the back
Okay,
to like watch out behind us and stuff,
gotcha.
and maybe
I'll be behind Finnick, and then Ren can be behind me.
All right.
Watch and follow.
and I'll like look
Wander
over her
off.
shoulder at like the books she's reading and be like, "What the heck is that?"
Is that your spell book?
It's
Okay.
the spell book.
Yeah. So Tave, as you look over her shoulder, you see a lot of crazy looking symbols and drawings in this book with scripts of just language that you haven't seen before. It looks like a bunch of tomfoolery.
Picture book.
Old Thomas Foolery.
Is that one of them Thomas Foolery books?
Thomas P. Foolery.
Foolery. Pen name. So you guys pause for lunch, and then you get back on the road. So it gets about 6:30. You guys are riding down the road, and in this part of the country, there are just kind of elevation differences. Not super mountainous, but it is rocky in certain places, and there will be a little bit of a cliffside, but not much. It's only like a 5-foot drop. Up ahead of you, you see that there is a kind of a wagon that looks abandoned and torn up. As you get closer, you see that there is a person lying on the ground in front of the in front of the wagon, and all you can see is a pair of legs kind of poking out from the front of the wagon. The sun has already gone down, and so there's no direct sunlight. You can still see, but there's no direct sunlight.
Tave
How far away are we?
immediately puts an arrow in his bow. He's still on his horse,
Okay.
but he's let go of the reins.
Okay.
I want to look around. Can I see anybody in the trees or anything around?
Roll perception.
I'm gonna ready my axe.
How far away are we from the wagon?
You're probably about 45 feet away from the wagon. Ren, looking around. You say you're looking around the trees.
Yeah.
So you're looking up in the. You see trees over to your left and to your right. It's not like heavily wooded area, but it's grasslands and forests. It's just not super dense, but there are trees around, and so you're looking up in the trees to the left and right of the road, and you don't see any like you might be looking for. I don't know if you're looking for something specific.
People.
Huh?
People.
People. Okay, so you're looking for probably articles of clothing, like colors that stick out. You don't see any unnatural colors, like colors that shouldn't be there, and you don't see anything that's moving. Tave, you're 18, looking up, kind of in the, noticing where Ren is looking. You look in the opposite direction, and you see immediate movement over to your left, and your heart jumps, but and your hand snaps to where the movement is, but your heart kind of falls back to calm as you see that it was a bird that flew out of a tree.
Is there any way that I can roll a nature check to see if there's anything unnatural about the surroundings, my environment?
Yeah. Wow. So as far as what you can tell, everything seems to be in order. Nothing seems to be unnatural. Obviously, an abandoned or torn up wagon on the road with a pair of legs out in front of it doesn't exactly belong. But nothing seems to be out of the realm of nature.
Okay, I'm going to lower my voice. I'm going to tell the party, I'm going to hop off my horse. So you guys stay here and look out. I'm going to slowly walk towards the wagon Assuming I'm in the front, about
Finnick
30
wait.
feet away.
Finnick, wait. Just maybe. Let's just. I think this could be a trap. Maybe.
If it is a trap, I don't want to be
Just-
stuck on my horse. If I'm going to have to fight,
Yeah.
I want to be on my feet. Can I see the body close enough to tell if the body is like a scarecrow stuffed with straw, if it's a real body, if it's decayed to like skeleton form with cloth hanging off, or is it like recent? Like that's kind of what I want to.
Yeah. So from what you can tell, from where you're at, you're still what did I say? Like 45 feet away.
45.
If you're still there, from what you can tell, it does not look decayed. No wild beasts have gotten a hold of at least the legs that you can see, and that is all you can see.
All right, gentlemen. We need the smallest person to walk up silently and investigate. It's clearly not me.
But what if it's a trap?
I mean, I'd hate to put an arrow in just a random person's leg, but I mean, maybe just nick them. If it doesn't move, the body's dead. If
Shoot near
it's a
it.
trap,
maybe?
somebody could be just laying there and wait. I've seen this a lot. My background as a sailor, I've seen a lot of wrecked ships where pirates will basically lure people in at the hope of getting people curious to see what's on board. And once you get on board, that's when you get a dagger in your back.
I've also run into trouble on the road before, so I'd like to be careful.
If we are going to fight, though, I don't want to be on this horse.
Yeah, I'm off my horse.
I'm not very stealthy, but I can walk straight in. I feel like I'm the most armored of us all.
Yeah, I'll walk in with him.
Does that sound good?
If it's a trap, they see us already, so as long as we're aware that it might be a trap.
I'll just keep my eyes open.
We can't let a wagon stop us from where we need to go.
It's just a wagon.
Yeah, it's a wagon with a dead dude, as far as we know.
I
I've got my hand on the arrow, and I'm just walking in like right
unsheath
after.
my sword and pull my shield out, and I start slowly walking towards it.
I'm gonna kind of start walking up fearlessly. Like I'm just gonna kind of not forcefully push them out of the way, but just kind of shrug them out of the way.
Okay. Out in front.
I'm a
And-
little behind.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
stay behind, Rin, by yourself.
No, I'm walking with you guys, but I'm just gonna keep an eye out behind us as I go.
Okay.
Walk.
I wanted to leave my horse.
Okay. Leading.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So as you approach the cart, you get a better view of the body on the ground. Looking at the inside, but also looking at the inside of the cart, it looks like the contents of the cart, while they've been thrown around, they've been largely untouched. It looks like a lot of things have been disheveled from where it was originally resting as it was traveling. But it looks like there's, you see, on easy investigation, you see just like at a glance, you see that there's some coins lying in the cart. And so as you walk around the cart, you see that the body is of a person. It's a man. When you get around, just having a full view of their head, very grotesque features on its head. There are odd-looking tentacle-like forms around its chin. Very strange bumps, like right behind its ears, and they seem to be almost pulsing like a heartbeat.
He's breathing.
Does he look? He looks human, like with growths, or he looks like not human.
Tave shoots it
Where?
in the head.
So I need you to roll an attack on it with disadvantage. Because it's prone. Roll some damage. So you see the rest of you three see an arrow, just, a blur just streak by you, just very suddenly, and you hear a twang. You unleash your arrow, and it kind of going through the cheekbone of this person, the grotesque features, and a spurt of like this green pus mixed with blood and clear fluids just whenever you do this, and almost immediately its mouth opens and it shrieks this just awful ear-piercing screech. I'm going to need all of you guys to make a wisdom saving throw.
Let's see. What is Tave's least good thing? Dang.
Hey,
Dang, Ren.
Oh no!
we're on a lot of twos.
Finnick and Ren, you guys kind of cover your ears, and you kind of muscle through, just mentally muscle through this shriek. But Tave and Desmond, both of you guys are just immediately stunned with fear out of this, from this shriek. So you have the condition of both fear and stun. So you see the head, those kind of pulsing lumps on the kind of back part of its ears just burst, and you see that same kind of pussy substance just spray, and wings, bat wings, kind of unfold from its head, and the head, in a very sickening sound, just kind of rips itself from the body of this person. The eyes open up, and the wings start flapping, and the head hovers in midair. I need everybody to roll initiative.
It's gonna be fine.
Battle music.
Battle music. Desmond, it's your turn.
All right. So you said I am stunned and frightened,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Essentially, you're incapacitated.
Yep. Incapacitated. Then I just intern.
You want to
Or
re-roll
pass.
your save at the end of your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the 15.
All right, so
Okay.
what's your modifier? Your wisdom save modifier?
Mine plus 6.
Plus 6. So you get a 21 wisdom save. Okay, so for a brief moment, for you after this, at the end of the shriek, you overcome, you shake off this being stunned and frozen where you are, and you regain your composure. But that's the end of your turn. Okay, Finnick.
I'm going to move up to it. I'm going to rage.
All right.
And then I'm going to roll an attack roll
Okay.
on this thing.
Okay. Yeah, roll some
Okay.
damage. So as you bring your axe down and you split its skull, and this greenish, reddish mixture of fluids just sprout out from this floating head as it kind of dislodges itself from your axe head and just falls to the ground and kind of tumbles. Immediately after this happens, you hear another shriek from the trees. Need everybody to roll a wisdom
Fuck.
saving throw.
Shit,
This is a new one.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
My roll's on point tonight.
Oh no. Okay. That's
One
terrible.
more.
Oh, Ren.
Thank goodness. Look at that.
Okay.
Had to.
As another head attached to these bat wings just kind of reveals itself from the trees over to your left, and flies in to there, just like in the midst of the three of you there in the back. There's another one that appears from here and flies out to you, Finnick.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay.
What's your AC, Finnick?
16.
Okay. This head flies straight for you and takes a bite out of your shoulder, dealing 7 damage, 7 piercing damage from its bite.
Okay.
And so the kind of crush and then pierce from its teeth just sinks into your shoulder there. But
All right.
then you feel a kind of ache from your shoulder. And just a sharp pain just fills your arm and your joints in that area. And you take 12 poison damage.
Gotcha.
All right, Tave.
Using my inspiration,
Okay.
I'd like to just drop my bow, grab my great sword out of my sheath, and swing up through this thing.
Nice.
Advantage. Correct? Advantage.
Yes.
Great sword.
There you go, boys.
Doing some.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Kill it.
I hate you. I hate this dude.
Good instincts. Good instincts with that arrow.
Goodness. Dang.
Oh, all right.
Holla!
So you just unsheathe your sword and Babe Ruth this mofo. Just like like in half. This creature just falls, like one wing over here, one wing over there, and just half a face with each wing, and just this like a spread, like a mist, as you just demolish this thing.
Does it get on like all three of us?
Ah.
Not that I'm like into that. I just need.
It definitely got on Ren.
Yeah.
Like half of the head hit you, Ren.
Ugh. Ugh.
So it hits Ren and Ren goes ugh.
Ugh.
I'll end my turn.
Suddenly another these Bard
Oh
wheels
my gosh.
appears from this same tree over here and follows
Man.
his buddy into combat and focuses on you, Finnick. And it does. It latches onto your neck, going straight for the jugular. Doing 5 piercing damage with its teeth, which halves down to 3. That same poison seeps into your veins and into your neck, choking you. You take 11 poison damage, and Finnick falls backwards, unconscious.
Okay.
All right, Ren.
So if I move here, can you see what I just did?
Yep.
The cone for burning hands in a 15-foot cone, how does that work on this map? Like, who would I hit?
Well, you
On
gotta
a barbecue.
declare where you're making that cone. All right, so roll 3d6. And what's your spell save?
I'm stressed out. I think it's 13.
Okay. Roll 3d6. Wow, that's a lot of damage. As you run up, they kind of watch you, with their current target, currently incapacitated. They watch you run up and kind of rub your hands together and send out your fire burst. They both kind of swerve, trying to dodge the attack, but they still take damage. They both succeeded on their save. So they both take 8 damage. Desmond.
Okay, I'm going to move here. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Finnick.
Okay, target Finnick and cast your spell.
Should have targeted.
Okay. Finnick, as you're lying on your back, you open your eyes and take a sudden gasp of breath, and you realize that Desmond is standing above you. And you realize that Desmond had knelt down and then stood back up as he magically healed your wounds, and you realize that you've regained some of your strength.
Thank you, Finnick, or Desmond. Thank you to myself. Thank you to myself.
I'm so glad I just healed myself.
You're delirious. Stand up and fight. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, Finnick.
All right. So I'm laying prone, right?
Yes.
I'm lying prone. I'm gonna get up.
Okay, that's half your move. You've still got 15 feet of movement
Okay.
if you want it.
All right. And I'm gonna look at this person in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage and then frenzy.
Frenzied rage. Okay.
Yes. And then I'm going to swing at this guy right here.
Okay. Okay, the one directly in
Make
front
sure
of you, caddy corner.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And let me find my abilities here.
Yeah, so you so with a 10 is your attack. So you stand up, shaking off the effects of your unconsciousness. Take an immediate swing at the Varg wheel right in front of you. This floating flap, bat wing flapping head, and it just kind of dodges out of the way from the attack. You've got 15 feet of movement left.
Okay. I just in my turn. I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. All right. So the taking a swing at this Varg wheel right in front of you, it turns its attention back on you after you stood back up, making another attack, trying to bite at your face again, landing its attack on your face.
Everything. My face.
You take 4 damage from, after being halved. You took 8 total, but 4 halved piercing damage from it just kind of taking a chunk out of your cheek. So you're at 29. And again, that same feeling of sickness and disease and discomfort. Just kind of filling instead of your neck, instead of your shoulder. This time, just filling your entire face and head. You take 11 more poison damage. And so, as you stood back up, took a swing at this Varg wheel. As it dodged, it kind of just came back in and bit at your face as your hand was out with your axe. And just fell over immediately. And this Varg wheel is going to come over to you, Ren, after biting at Finnick and then leaving. Tave.
Okay. I'd like to move here. I'm going to swing with my great swad at Vargwheel 11.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I should have remembered.
So you take a mighty run up to the Varg wheel, and as you run in, you take kind of an extra step, like you get to where you're getting closer and you're unsure of your footing. Maybe you take an extra step, too many, or not enough steps. You take too long of a stride, but you mess up your footing and your greatsword swing just goes out wide.
Okay, I'd like to use my action surge
Okay.
and swing again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yes.
Okay.
Just hit it.
So, Ren, having foreseen this moment where you stumbled, and then you're right there at the edge, at the cusp of you're between her and danger. Just see this moment, and she shouts out to you, kind of specific instructions, and it just connects with your brain. And on an uppercut,
Sorry.
you come out with another natural 20. Critical hit. So roll damage twice. Uh, 18 damage. So just it's flapping its wings in the middle of your swing, and so like its wings get cut in half as well as its head. So it's just pieces, and just a mist, a grotesque mist, just tentacles, severed tentacles just fly out as you just demolish and utterly destroy this this flying bat head.
Disgusting.
That's all I got.
Well, that's all.
Very
I can,
nice.
That's
I
all I
like.
can do. Ren, out from as the mist kind of disperses, and Desmond, right in front of your eyes, you see this last Vargwheel flap its wings and kind of float down to Finnick. It lands on Finnick's face, and you see, to your utter disgust, it place its mouth on his mouth. And you see kind of a sucking. Oh, God! And it removes itself from Finnick's face, and just this line of grossness just follows with it and then falls away from its own mouth. Ren.
Is that an automatic failure? Death saving throw?
He didn't take any damage, no.
Oh.
That was disgusting. I feel very gross.
It's made out with a monster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna magic missile this last one. So it's my turn, right?
By the way, Finnick, you need to make a charisma saving throw.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Does he get a grotesque scar by any chance?
Hell yeah. Give me one, baby.
His lips.
Okay, sorry, Ren, your turn.
I'm gonna magic missile this last one.
Okay.
I have him targeted, so I should be able to just hit him.
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
So the first missile, 2,
Nice.
5, 4, just. So as it kind of removes itself from Finnick, as it's doing that, just 3 arcane darts just bury themselves in its head, and it just, just falls over and tumbles to the ground. And all 4 of these flying bat heads just stop moving, just lying about on the road beside you. Your horses in the struggle, they didn't run away, but they did move out of fright. They moved away from the scene of the battle.
So this has been my horse for a while, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can like whistle to it and it knows to like come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. And whenever you do that, the other horses kind of following suit of this particular horse fall in line and kind of come back to the rest of the group. Behind what's the name? Pepper.
Pepper.
Yeah. Fall in line behind Pepper.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Finnick.
Okay.
Such a nice fellow, dude. I swear. Between Tave and Desmond, I can't choose who's my favorite people. Or
Hi.
oh, I mean,
Burn.
Rin's trying to burn me alive. I mean, shit.
I avoided it on purpose for sure. Does Finnick look okay? Does he look like any like
sorry,
weird
hang on.
bulbous growths?
Dude, you're already a better healer than Roscoe.
Hang on, I need to.
Can't be that beautiful and that good of a healer. It's not possible.
Just not possible.
The time is 7 p.m.
You hear from just like way off in the distance.
Yeah.